Hey guys, welcome back here to today's edition of Intuitive Angling, and appreciate you guys swinging by the channel today. And guys, today I want to talk about one of the sad and disturbing things that are happening, or that I see happening to anglers in 2026. It's sort of been a trend the last few years. No reason for it whatsoever. We're going to get into that in today's video, and looking forward to getting your guys' feedback as well. So, guys, getting ready to head down heading to Table Rock Lake this morning. We got our second day of practice for the BFL tournament, which starts tomorrow. Wanted to knock out today's video real quick. And also, guys, remind you, SolarBat has just released a new frame color on my RB2 and 3 series glasses. They got the new matte black frame now. If you guys are interested in getting a pair of these black frames here, I'll have my SolarBat link in the description of the video. They still got their big Easter sale going on, 30% off on all 3 of my frame colors there. So if you're interested, I'll have that SolarBat link in the description. And also, guys, thank you very much for everybody that's been purchasing your fishing tackle through my tackle warehouse link that I have in every video description. If you've been one of those subscribers that have used and bookmarked that link, thank you very much for me and my family. We really appreciate it because you guys are keeping the channel on YouTube there. Okay, the reason I wanted to do this video is, I talk a lot about instincts and intuition in fishing. And one of my subscribers made a comment the other day in one of my videos that I did, talking about how instincts are the ability to feel where the fish are hiding at. And guys, that perfectly summed up what instincts are. And today's video, I want to talk about how we are creating a generation of anglers that are losing their instincts in fishing, which is the foundational premise of fishing in general. It's like instincts are everything, not only in fishing, but so much of everything we do. And that's one of the things I always admired about the old dudes, like the real old fishermen that I grew up around. I remember back when I was, a teenager in the 20s and talking to some of these really old fishermen and fishing with them too. And the instincts that they had to actually just like that guy said, to feel where those fish are hiding were off the chart. And we have lost that with technology, guys. The more people are reliant upon electronic technology to find fish for them, the more that they lose their instincts. And instincts is something that every single person has. We are born with instincts like every other creature on this planet. I mean, how do you think that a butterfly knows how to migrate to South America? Or how do you think geese know how to go place 1,000 miles away they've never been to? Or how does a bird know to figure out what is a poison seed versus what's a not poison seed? It's all instinctual that we have inside of us, and humans have had that forever. I mean, that's the way that the human species has been able to survive for 1 million years here on the planet, is we have relied on our instincts for our survival. And the problem that you have is once you get into we have as the modern society, we begin to lose the instincts that we have. It's like as we have, more and more of our planet paved over, and we live in a climate controlled environment, and you get out of your heated or cooled house at night and you walk across pavement to get in your air conditioned car, and then you drive in your climate controlled car to work, and you get out of your car and walk on a sidewalk into a climate controlled building. We've lost our instincts in almost every aspect of life, or we're losing it. And fishing is the primest example of it, as far as people not being able to have these intuitions and instincts and primal skills to find and locate bass. Now, here's the thing about it. It's like, in order for you to develop strong instincts and intuition and skills, you have got to practice them when you're on the water. And the way this takes place, let me explain to you guys how instincts work. Instincts is a combination of being able to take your skill set and then sort of like maximize the efficiency or the ability of that skill set through a combination of instincts and intuition that you have. And the best way to put this is that it's an eternal feeling that you have. It's like, it comes from the solar plex. Think, for example, guys, that I'll give you a prime example what instincts are. Think about somebody that you have met in your life throughout the course of your life, and maybe you started to become friends with that person, you started to form a relationship with that person, and it just didn't quite feel right. It's like you can't really put your finger on it, but it's like when you're around that person, it's like, yeah, you know, I like hanging around this person a little bit, but nevertheless, something just does not feel right. I don't feel completely at ease and completely relaxed around this person. There's something not right, but it's not bad enough to where I want to remove myself from the situation. We've all been there like that. This is a prime example of instincts, of your internal gut telling you something that is either right or wrong. And this is a PowerPoint that you have in fishing. Here's a practical example. I'll give you something in fishing. The next time that you go out fishing, here's what I want you to try. When you put everything together and say you figure out your game plan for the day, and you go to your first spot, and you go to this spot based upon like everything that you think is going to work. I mean, the conditions, water clarity, whatever. When you get to that spot, you have to pay close attention to how it feels inside of you to be in that spot. And here is the way you figure that out. Every single cast that you make, you should expect to catch a bass. If you ever are casting out there on the place you decided to fish, and you feel like you're just casting and you don't really expect to catch a fish, that is your body. Those are your instincts telling you that you need to make a move or make an adjustment. Maybe it's a lure adjustment. Maybe it's a color adjustment. Maybe you need to pull up the trolling motor and go somewhere else. This is the thing that you have got to nurture in your fishing, is how it feels. This is something that's subtle. When you talk about instincts and intuitions, it's not something that just comes, somebody slaps you up on the head with it. It's subtle feelings within your body that are telling you the right or the wrong thing to do. It's your body trying to tell you, hey, do this. This is going to be for your own benefit. And if you don't have that feeling, if you have this uneasy feeling that, like I said, you're just casting or it doesn't quite feel right to be there, that's this mysterious, magical gift that we have as creatures in this universe to be able to survive. Instincts and intuitions are survival skills. And when you take electronic technology, we talk about it all the time, forward-facing sonar, all the AI bullshit that's coming out, the more somebody is relying upon that, your instincts die. So if you become one of those anglers out there where you've got your LV34 hooked up and you've got your freaking three graphs up front and 2 on the console, and that you roll into your area and the first thing you do is scan that code for something for blips on the screen, there's no instincts to that whatsoever. And the more that you do that, the more that your instincts die and atrophy. And the more that your instincts die and atrophy, the more you become reliant on a crutch, and you're not self-reliant anymore. It's the same thing like, camping or something, or survival skills. It's like if somebody goes camping and they've got a lighter, they've got a tent, they've got all the conveniences that come with camping. What happens if you don't have that? What happens if you don't have any way to make fire except knowing how to make a friction fire? What happens if you don't know how to get water that's clean? What happens if you don't know how to build a shelter if you don't have a tent? These are primal skills that we are losing all the time, and we're becoming reliant on this modern technology that makes us weaker as a species. The more that you rely on technology in bass fishing, guys, the weaker you become as a human being. You lose your point of power. And the point of power as a human being is to have a strong, not only strong critical thinking skills, but strong primal skills, intuition and instincts that you can trust. And you form those trusts from your instincts and intuition from using them all the time. And the more that you let them atrophy by using modern technology and bass fishing, that is not serving you well at all, because you become reliant upon it and it becomes a crutch to you. It becomes an addiction, like a drug. So I highly suggest, guys, and I do this all the time, try going fishing and just take your electronics off your boat. Don't even have them on there. Go out there and you got a trolling motor, which is a great advantage for anybody to have. Just take your rod and reels out there and your trolling motor and try to try to build those instincts and those intuitions back, because I can promise you, if you're reliant upon your electronics, if you're one of those dudes that have 2 graphs up front and 2 graphs on your console, that is your pacifier. That is your safety net. That is like your safe space. And you know what will happen? All you guys out there that have been live scoping for the last 2 or 3 years, you go fishing without your live scope, you go fishing without your sonar completely, you're going to feel naked out there. You're going to feel uncomfortable. And you become uncomfortable about that because you've allowed yourself to get sucked in to rely on that technology, to do the work for you. And as a result, like I said, you've lost those skills and those instincts and intuitions that gives you confidence that does not come from some type of artificial means. So the best thing that you can do, start fishing without your electronics. Take them off your boat. Just completely remove them off your boat so you don't even have the tendency to put them on. I can promise you guys, if you start doing that regularly, your instincts and your intuitions will regain themselves and they'll get strong again, because you're not ever going to lose it. You're just forgetting what they're at. You're just forgetting what it means to have those skills. We all have it. We're all born with it. We never lose it. It just gets weak. It gets weak like a muscle that you don't use. So anyway, guys, just trust me on this one, because I can promise you I'm right with it. So anyway, guys, hope you're well. We'll talk later.